Okay, so I don't know how I can express how happy I am to begin another beautiful quality episode of the Things of the Things podcast. It's always a beautiful time when I get to see everybody looking super popular, looking super beautiful. It's not that I use that word popular. That's the first word. What's popular? It belong, guys. Let me start.
Happy using it.
What's popping, guys? How you doing? Welcome to this podcast. And of course, you already know I've got the most beautiful, delightful co-host right here in the building. Doing this with me, doing it for. This is like the mid-season episode. I'm so excited. And that's why we're bringing the big elephant in the building right here to join in on this episode. First off, in case you're just joining this podcast, you're just seeing it for the first time, I've got the delightful massive queen right here in the building, the Alariya break, all the way from Kaduna, doing it right every single time in the building. And of course, I've got Etis, Khadija, the sweet and the cute and the fine and the soft and the cool, come and collect, you know what I'm saying? How you doing?
That's how we do it.
Alright, then, I don't know how to explain it, but
You name carry
there was a way a friend of mine introduced him, I think just yesterday. He said the old man in a young man's body.
Yeah.
I wonder how he does, if creativity was a person, then this man's name should be on, if you Google creativity, be creative, it's not supposed to pop up. But who they in charge of Google? They don't know this thing.
No.
That's why we're excited. Alariya in the building.
Hey,
Welcome back.
okay, viewers at home, good day, and I'm happy to be on this show. Well done, guys. Well done.
I was actually thinking you do that. Hello,
Oh, it looks
Wait, I've not seen you in this fashion before. This calm, cool, collected fashion.
Well, this is who I am.
So where do the energy come from when you are doing the whole stage thing and you are, I don't know.
When money is involved, basically, I do tell people,
as we talk, I don't stop.
Wait, I want to ask a question.
Right.
Sorry.
Of course, you know, sir.
Is she married?
Oh, that's
Hold on. The last episode we did, we had someone ask a question too. He said, is she married? And she said she's married. Depending on who is asking.
There's a reason behind my question. So why do like this?
Oh,
You know they do like
Wait,
not.
okay.
There's
not
one
a
thing
wedding
about
ring.
people call Okano.
Ah.
Ọ̀gẹ̀lẹ́lọ̀.
Ah.
Méjèèjì ọ̀dà aláyé.
Ah.
This is an example of Okano.
Meaning,
Meaning when they touch you, you fall.
what's that?
You can only give it up for her.
I'm giving up.
In the
I'm not. Okay.
I think we all love adventure. And for the times we have in Nigeria, and I think it is only Hausa that are not mathematics.
I don't understand.
You can never understand.
Me and you, I don't
Don't
understand.
make this podcast about me.
So far, I don't understand. Let's continue to the business.
Yes.
But before we jump into the business of today, Alariya's business in a few days' time, I feel like it's a very important business we need to discuss. And for everybody watching right now, someone that has given his cent into, they will say you give your 2 cents, but it's giving more than 2 cents into the creative industry. And I think people like this are worthy of a lot of commendation. I should thank you for out of spa. Alariya, please stop. Out of spa. No, out of spa, you have consistently built your skill, built your creative audience, built people to religiously. If you know Alariya's audience, they religiously want to hear him. They are stuck with him. If you don't drop whatever for how many days, but when he finally drops, you have that religious audience and it's worthy of commendation.
I had fun.
Such great stuff. We should thank you. Laugh Court is Alariya's biggest yearly show. He's done in Ibadan a few not long ago.
Yeah.
And then I think he's doing up next here in Oshobo in a few days' time. And I'm not asking for myself. Say people want like on social media, I'm asking for a friend. that. I'm asking for a friend. People are wondering. The lab court. I mean, you've been doing it for years. We know the plan. You know, what's the spice this time around? What are you bringing? Why I'm saying this is because whether spice day or spice no day, you have your audience. People will come outside. I'm not communicating now.
Yeah.
But
Someone like me.
people like this woman now that does not know your brand. How do we convince? Because this space right now is a space I feel like it's full of young people passing on a monthly, daily, yearly basis. You'll be surprised the amount of people that passes here. I understand that the NYC orientation camp at Ede, they bring in the highest number of core members from the southwest to Osun State. And many of them stay back. But if we don't incorporate these people by telling them, okay, it's not just the normal. So what's the gist about this season of LabCon? What's the spice? And of course, how are we set to shut down the event in a unquestionable dimension this time around?
Okay, so I'm not sorry to say, but I can tell you, Laugh Court has been the biggest comedy concert in Osun State.
I agree.
So another thing to that is basically the town is not even friendly at the moment.
Yeah.
So we need a gathering like a Laugh Court. Let's just come
Let's
together.
ease up.
Now about the way.
Beyond spice or no spice. Come
Just
on,
come outside first.
not far ahead than.
Okay, so-
Comedy is universal. Everybody can
Show you there, and I can show you we are bringing in well they might not be A-list, but I can
There are people want to
yes,
see as
show
well.
you there, I can vouch for them that no, we are coming to that. So I know that after the show your life will not remain the same.
Amen. Amen.
So thank you.
Amen.
We did here. On this
And
platform.
nobody there say we have not lost our credibility too.
Yes.
I agree. So when you say we're going to deliver, people will trust that.
Yeah.
Don't worry yourself.
Something you.
There was something he said just now that this town has been. There's been too much of tension, and it's about time people ease off. At least the tension, political tension,
Yes,
everything.
no, across the country.
Not just here, like
Yeah.
so. It's about time. So it's now boils down to, how do people find? How can people find just find an excuse to be happy? How do Nigerians find an excuse to be happy? Because Nigerians are happy people that no matter even if the country is burning down tomorrow, just open social media.
We have to cruise.
Like how do you are in that industry, so you are in the best position to explain to us
Yes,
how do people find
90%
happiness in this country that we don't know?
90% of Nigerians are now content
Content
creators.
creator.
Yeah.
Like now how you open your
Social media.
media platforms and you know that.
Mm.
Lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ wọ́n ti ní kọ́ Nàìjíríà ní tiwọn. So it is hard for people like Abudai, Basket Mouth, AY and the like to even make money now. They would rather go outside the country to go and make
Because
it.
a whole lot of persons are doing a whole lot
Yes,
of stuff.
we are all like
Too many
comedians now.
oversaturated.
Even people that are not comedians, they are going outside the country just so they can bring people from the comedy industry together.
Definitely.
And it's not, they're not even doing it in Nigeria. That's the funny
There's an
part.
hypocrisy in Nigeria that I'm not just really comfortable about. When it's comedy, we all come out. When it's football, we all come out. But when it comes to various deep, salient issues, then the issue of we are not one Nigerian now comes into play. And I feel like that's why we should have a conversation around it today. You might think the person seated next to you. You see the way you started this show just now. You were really interested in this person because you discovered that she's an orphan, right? Now, if we are in a space where it's just cruise and vibes, wow, we want to network with a northerner. But is there something really wrong with Nigerians as it concerns aligning and doing things with people of the same tribe? Tribe is one. People of the same ethnic group is another. People of the same state. It's just like Nigerians. We can vibe and chill with you and be in a conversation like this, but when the going gets tough, we'll now begin to ask, sorry, where exactly are you from? Where exactly did you come from? Election was a few weeks ago, and we saw the way it played out in Lagos. Even people that are educated, the way we saw their disposition this period, the way they were reacting,
Mm.
like you would not imagine that people can at this crucial point in time, at this 21st century, 2023 that we are, people can now put tribe and where a person is from over salient societal value. You can't look as though nobody cares about the worth of your character.
Mm.
Nobody cares about your credibility. People just want to know where exactly is it from, where is his father from. Honestly, I thought we had gone past this level. But with the level of tribalism I saw play out within the past few weeks, it is like it's messed up my head. Now, why I'm saying this is because if I to put in a table and just oppose between the racism in the world and the way Nigerians attack racism in the world versus what is happening back home right here in Nigeria, it's not making us look like hypocrites. That's where I started from.
We are actually
It's just like Katie calling Port black. Like we're doing worse than that, because let's start from the basic unit. Even if sometimes even from, let's say, the same region, let's say I'm from the north, do you know that when it comes to marriage, they will still tell you that this person, okay, I can use myself as an example.
Right.
I was dating this guy. He's from far north, that's Adamawa State. And then we're okay, everything is going well. And then he just the mom come up with something, oh, you can't marry her because she's not from our state.
But same north.
Same north though. So I find it so, I don't know, I felt so bad. I was like, okay, if people from my own place would treat me like this, what would other people from another region treat me? I just feel the rate at which, I don't want to put it, I don't know if we are hypocrites. I think so. Because when it comes to tribalism, we take it to the extreme. Because I know that Nigeria is a country with diverse cultures and religions and all these things. But why not, can we just put ourselves first? Okay, I'm first Nigeria before any other thing. I think if we can do that, we'll be able to cope the issue of the racism in the world. But we cannot even solve our immediate environment. Now look at this scenario now. The mom was like, no, you guys cannot be together because I am not from Adamawa State. Okay, let's see it this way. Nobody has, like you can't pick where you are born from. Nobody can pick where he or she will be born from. So where they gave birth to you should not be an hindrance or should not define who you are. As you just said that some people will not want to know who you are, they don't want to know your character, they don't even want to see the value in you. First of all, she's from this place. Why? I just feel it's not necessary.
We should put the blame on our parents.
Yes.
You think so?
Yes, I was going to say the
Parents.
Parents?
But it
No.
started from when our parents. I could remember my mom told us a story of wanted to getting married to a man in Lagos before she got married to her own father.
Right.
And her mother was like, they could dinner.
Yeah.
Because it's too far.
Yeah, it's too
far.
far.
Too far.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can
Okay.
you imagine?
That you can't get married to that man. Please come home.
Yeah, but that's not a tribalistic.
No,
Tribalistic can't
see.
play there now.
Okay, and even my mother, I can tell you, my mother, she doesn't like when. Okay, don't let me say this online.
Okay. I think I get the message there.
One, okay.
But I can
she
take
has
this
to
back
send
to
back
yes,
what's
yeah, I can
kind
trace
of-
this back to our parents.
Yes,
Even within churches, they will tell you don't get married to this or so person,
Yeah.
and so from
Yeah.
to church.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you feel like it's what the parents has instilled on the children
Yeah.
that is still playing out
And
now.
easy. There's this, in as much as we like to deny it, there's this unconscious tribalism that we've had, that our parents they've instilled in us. We might not know, but I think that's what they are playing on right now. That's what people are trying to play on. Because in as much as we like to deny it, there's that thing in us. There's that thing in us. Every single person feels at the back of his or her mind that, okay, I cannot marry this person, I cannot marry this person. Just
For no singular
for
reason.
no
No,
reason.
some will give you reasons, but it's just that the reason no hold water. Let's say if
The people that will give you reasons are the people that they
What
told
I heard
reasons. They
about
told you cannot do
Yorubas.
this.
But there's just this
you get.
back of mind bias.
It's
that
Exactly.
I just know say I no go be
Exactly.
married
You get.
from so and so
What
place
I
or
heard,
do business with
I
someone.
thought they'll
Okay,
just,
these are
if
the
they see you,
mindset
they'll
of
just
not
give
getting
you
married to-
something
people
Terrible
from
to
white
you.
garment churches
Ah.
is that they do.
Spiritual,
Yeah,
everyone will
yeah.
end up before.
Yeah, if you are a man now and you get married to someone from the white garment church that they will use as the spiritual
To
thing
hold you
control
down
you or
and
something
control you,
else.
sure.
Yeah. So the same mindset, I will transfer it to my own children too.
And so it will be inherited regardless.
But you know what? Honestly, you know what? I
And
just feel
I
like
think black people, we are quick to judge when things
Yes.
doesn't evolve.
I just feel like we are supposed to be woke enough to disregard. I mean, this is a generation where we are quickly copying stuff from the
Is it
Western world.
actually?
So is there not supposed to be this Western influence that will now override all of those
Right.
unnecessary
Nah.
superstitions
Is it actually?
or stories that is still
Hold
holding on?
on. I think we are woke because most of these people that want fight between different tribes, they are not our generation. They are people from previous
Older
generation trying to play on.
But do you know the Gen Zs are also involved?
Not
Some Gen
every,
Zs
not
are
every.
also involved in this
See,
tribalism.
If
For real.
if an elderly person tries to brainwash you,
Ah.
then go brainwash you, and it's something that you've had in you that they will definitely play on. It's not something that they'll just bring from nowhere and say,
Thank
okay,
you. Someone cannot just come and give you a new
Exactly.
ideology in your head. You must on your own at first thought of that. Okay,
Exactly.
I can't do
It's-
this. I can't be with someone
Growing up.
from this place. And
Growing up, we
My brother,
listen to
there are
different
ways some
teachings
people will.
and different values.
Okay, do you know some people can market a wheelchair
someone that works.
unconsciously? You will fall for it. So I think there are ways of people sweep mouth and they fall for it.
So, but wait. Are there people, parents that actively in this day and age, they are just going about pushing that narrative of
Yes.
like, or is it conscious? Because I'm oblivious of this. Like, me, I grew up without. Okay, my growing up was many of my people close to me. They know I was born and raised in Benin City. I schooled in Delta, but my whole family, all my elder ones, were born in the West. In my house, they speak Yoruba. My parents understand Yoruba. I grew up eating amala and all the Yoruba food. I understood basic Yoruba. So there was never a don't do this, don't like
See,
my
that's
elder sister
you.
got
Wait,
married.
hold on.
Wait.
That's you.
Even like you made
I
an
want to
instance
ask you
just
a
now.
question.
Even in Edo State, there's a tribe in Edo State. Some people will know that tribe.
Yeah.
That
You cannot.
nobody can marry from that particular place. Even Benin people in the same Edo State will not marry from them. But my elder sister married from them, and everybody in my house, nobody saw it as a problem. So my point is, it has never crossed my head
Easy.
that people can actively be telling their children don't do it, or some people can actually be telling their followers don't do it.
Yeah.
I
So
would like to ask
is
you
it
a question.
conscious or unconscious that this
I-
narrative is being continuously pushed forward?
I feel, to me, I feel it's unconsciously, because sometimes with those our parents that give us this teaching, they are not trying to actually make us feel scared or trying to. They are just trying to make us see things the way it is. Because sometimes I do say, when I look at the different things and I weigh it, I'll be like, okay, I understand why my parents would say, okay, as a lady, get married to someone from your side, because whether we like it
There
or
are
yes,
logical,
we have
reasonable
different
reasons.
cultures, we have different beliefs. I know if you come they explain to you why I know if you sleep for nights. I don't know if you
Which is
know
not
this.
it's
Yes,
a belief in enough.
it's a belief in
Yeah.
my place, but it's not belief in you. I don't feel
So
tell
to
you
avoid
say,
all of
no
those
fit found something
yeah,
for nights. You get that
Mm.
kind, like you cannot found at night in my place. That's just the belief. That's what I
So
do.
to avoid those
So
unnecessary
to avoid
whatever,
those unnecessary, babe, you are married to that. You guys will be having so much things
back and forth,
back and forth because you guys are not, you don't have the same belief. So I just feel I understand the angle my parents are coming from. They are trying to avoid the unnecessary back and forth. Okay, well, in order for you to be happy, marry from the so side because you guys understand each other. That is their teaching. But me, growing up and with my advancement and everything, I feel I'm open to learning. I want to learn and relearn because as you keep going in life, you need to learn new things.
Okay.
As me now, I'm craving for new knowledge. I've said it already. I don't even want to marry someone, in fact, close to my own belief. I want to marry something different. I want to marry different culture.
that is
Because
because
I want to learn.
Mm.
I'm seeing it as a way of learning, but my parents will see it as if it's stress because as if okay the marriage will not work. But me, I'm seeing it as a new way of learning
Learning and
new
adapting
things
to something
and
new.
adapting to new. That's life. I
Okay.
think we have the right to
Alariya said
actually
something.
believe whatever.
He
we
actually
want to.
pinned this on parenting. And like we said in one of our previous episodes, that parenting is the source of most of the trouble
Yeah.
and the good things that happens to the child.
Yeah.
You understand? And then we had also been able to establish that, okay, even if our parents have said this, aren't we woke enough to filter the best out of it? Aren't we woke enough to say, okay, like you just said, although this is what my parents want, but me myself, I want to try something new. You know, because why I'm saying this is because we might be one Nigeria with, I know Nigeria has about 270 ethnic groups in Nigeria. Yeah, we might be one Nigeria, but it's having a lot of effect. By constitution, someone from the West should be constitutionally should be able to go to the South or the East and view the house or even contest for a political position. I don't know if you understand me.
Yes,
So when can we get to that point? That's where I'm going. How can we get to that point?
Few of my friends. Yeah, I think we need to review our constitution because I don't see a reason whereby I've stayed 10 years in Lagos and I can't contest in Lagos. Okay, so a guy put it on his status during the election and he was and this same guy in Lagos, they should send the Igbos out of Lagos.
Wow.
And this same guy is in London.
Whoa.
So, and I was like, so if the white people now
send you,
okay, let's send the black out of London. So what are you coming back home to do? So I think we need to review our constitution, like I said earlier. Some things are not working. So maybe if it is not by blood and it is not by tribe, but I am born here and I have stayed 10 years. I have right to some things.
I think that would work.
I think that would it will definitely.
I actually think in Nigeria we don't pay a lot of attention to correcting the problem of tribalism.
I think we are too selfish.
I think we have black people that have ruled in the US.
The current Prime Minister of the UK is an Indian British man and he's a Prime Minister.
That does not mean they will collect the land from them.
That's it.
Because I think that's the fear of Yorubas in Lagos. They feel okay, these people will come and then they take over Lagos. They take over Lagos and they can allow them to come and start saying, oh, you don't have the right to do this. As person, I mean,
you know, let's tell personal stories. Yeah? You just told the personal story. When I first came to the West, I had this trouble of blending in. I had a lot of persons that cheated me out of some gigs just because I could not understand the language. They didn't pay me enough as they ought to have paid me, doing media and stuff there, just because they know that okay, he's not from here. You know, get what you could fit do. So I'm not asking. Is it just a tribal thing or a tribal bias, or we are just being Nigerians? What I'm saying this is because Nigerians can be good to foreigners, can be nice to in the world out there. They say Nigerians are the best, Nigerians are whatever. But back home, every single Nigerian wants to use.
No, that's not true. That's a general problem.
We're not loyal.
No. I feel that's a general problem.
I think we are
go
we are not loyal.
See any black people when they do good to any Oyinbo, that because whether they work ahead, whether in the South are being get one in particular interest, we are not loyal. I think that's the narrative.
And I feel
Let me hear
this
it.
is
Hold on. I feel that particular problem happens everywhere in the world. It takes the fear of God to see that someone doesn't understand the language, and then you say, okay, I'm going to give you what I want. You don't understand the language. There's nothing you can do because you don't even know the person is.
what of conscience?
Like I said, it takes the fear of God.
I just feel we are just being wicked. We are unnecessarily
Anybody is capable of doing that. Anybody is capable to do that. Is capable of doing that. You need fear of God. It's just like.
2 months ago, I traveled to Kenya, so we got to the airport, and I wanted to use.
I was even going to ask if you had an experience of being tribally discriminated.
So I wanted to use this. I don't know this be an advert, but I wanted to book a ride with one of
One
the
of the
apps
apps.
on my phone.
Mhm.
So and a guy came and was like, no, we'll take you to your hotel. Just show us the address. So I showed the guy the address. Uh, I was with two people too. So the guy said, we show him their currency,
Yeah,
and he was like, okay, this and this and this
it's what I should be paid for
paid
the
for.
service.
So at the end of the day, we discovered that we should have, I think we should have collected about 16,000 worth of naira.
Mhm.
But what it took was 70,000
Whoa.
That's
Whoa.
extreme.
I'm telling you, 70,000
70,000.
worth of Naira.
Just
That
because
is more than
you
300% of what you
Yeah.
have collected.
That's why I said you
Like
So
I
I think
said,
we are
wickedness.
wicked.
You are
it
wicked,
will take the fear of
seriously.
God for someone to see that you don't understand the language and he has
But
a way of
why
treating
is
you.
why is it like that? How did you even get there?
Humans will be humans.
Why can't we? My own is why can't we first see I'm first Nigeria before any other thing?
This is
If
not
we can-
pertaining to Nigeria. You
No,
know.
no, no. We can be our own brother's keeper. I think we are not even doing well to our fellow people
Yeah.
here. So how do we expect to do better outside here? Because you now go outside, now them they go they shout, racism, they do us bad. When your neighbor where they stay with, you they cheat am.
Now, why say we are
You understand
quick-
what
we are
I'm
quick to
saying?
judge
I
why
think-
they-
But like I
I
said,
think it's karma.
hypocrisy and
About
I think
judge.
it's karma where they do us.
Mm.
Because we are doing too much.
Let's move
And
forward.
then we are shouting, say that they treat us bad.
Let's move forward to the
It's-
basics of this conversation. We've actually been able to treat that, all right?
Mm.
But now let's talk about what what racism has done to the world that Nigerians have not actually learned enough from. Because Alariya, I was thinking you were traveled. Right. I was thinking that because Nigerians have seen how black people are treated abroad, one. Because Nigerians have seen how Nigerians were treated in South Africa during the xenophobia issue, that it would give us some level of wisdom to correct the lingering and long existing tribal differences that has held us back. But from what happened of recent, that's why we're having this conversation right now. From what happened of recent during the political period, yeah, it's not looking as if we're even going backward and we're not moving forward. So I'm now asking, how do we now bridge the gap? If we are to correct this menace, we all know the effect, we all know what's causing. Where do we start correcting from? Do we start talking to the parents or the people that pushes the ideology of no, this person is not from your state, this person? I don't know if you understand it now.
I think teaching,
Or I don't know.
the teaching, we should instill that teaching of togetherness. Like, let's say I have a child, I should make that child know that if it's your fellow student in school, your fellow classmate is your brother, irrespective of where the child is coming from. I think if we grow up with that mindset that okay, this is my brother, this is my sister, irrespective of where you are coming from, I think we can actually start something better, because the issue here is the teaching they put in us.
Yeah.
Because whether we like it or yes, they go cap us say, come on, let me cap you the legit. This person,
You know be your brother, you
you
know.
know be your brother, you know be your sister.
Mm.
Always think, and that's why I do tell people, me, it's not that I'm proud of where I'm coming from, but I don't put it as a yardstick to actually help if I want to. If I want to be generous, I will do it to whosoever I see on the road. Let's assume like I just see on the road. I can do good to you the same way I would do to another guy. I won't just feel like okay, because this person is from the south now. Let me first help my brother or my sister that is from the north. I don't do that. I don't know if it's my kind of personality, but I just feel this is who I am. I see people as the same, because the issue of where you are coming from is not something you have power over.
Mm.
Nobody choose
Hold on.
where he or she is coming
Wait,
from.
I need to
So
make a
we
point.
should start it from the family level.
Mm.
Yeah.
This person is your brother, this person is your sister.
From that
We
basic
are all
level,
the same.
It's
we
From
like
need
that
to raise
see,
children
I feel
right.
I think we can do
our
something
parents
better.
need
And
this
yes, we need to educate
sensitization
our
more than
our parents too.
Yeah.
Mm. So we that are grown up have to go back to educate our parents.
Yes, because okay,
See,
okay.
you
I think
cannot
that-
treat the disease from the surface. You have to treat it from the roots.
And there's a
African
proverb
parents
that
go
says
listen to you,
that-
Alariya.
yes, there's a proverb that says okay, tẹ́ bá dàgbà tán, ọmọ rẹ̀ ni
Yes,
don't
yes.
worry, I will take it.
Explain.
Which means that okay, what's okay in
Yeah,
English
bushra.
now? Is it bushra?
Yeah.
Eh. Are you
It's
sure?
bushra, yes, I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
Well, okay, she said bushrat. When bushrat gets to the point, instead of feeding his
Children
the children will now start
feeding
feeding
the rat.
the rat. So, as far as our parents would one day reason, okay, this is my children, these are my children, so they are expecting us to send something to them in one way or the other. So I think we can as well educate them too. Not
But
just
do you
about
think
sending
it's
them.
easy to educate an African parent?
Yes, during the election, I think a lot of my friends they call their parents
This is
telling them,
Yeah,
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
I saw one
And
guy
And
he
they
said
listen.
he
Some
told
of
the
them
father that
listen.
there's no allowance to you if
If you
you
did not
some of
vote
them
my
eat
candidate.
past the voters card of their parents.
Yeah.
and not just telling them this is the person you vote for, you tell them the
The
reason.
reason.
Yeah,
That's the
I think
education.
that's the
So
education.
that's
For
where the
real.
education
And some of
comes
them
in.
listen.
Yeah,
They listen actually.
they need it. I think
Because
I think
they
need
themselves
it.
they've seen the effect of these
And I
things
think
on us.
we need to do some things right too. Okay, let's for example during NSAS,
Yeah.
so we have a lot of people that turn the NSAS
Into a sham and for their
Yeah,
personal
we're having a
gain.
conversation about that one day.
Yeah.
you know, the following morning they start picking condoms, they use condoms
No.
That
You
matter.
cannot run this conversation, Baba. Calm
Calm
down.
down.
Help us understand the whole gist from
Step by step.
step by step. What's the gist? We all wait for answers. Yes.
the last carol on the at the protest ground. So it got to a point even the elderly people just saying us that this one they are not serious. They don't know there is no reason, there is no basic reason behind the protest.
Because we have watered it down with unnecessary,
Yeah.
Things.
you know.
I think we have even in fact we have to do better even as youth. Even as much as we are okay, we want to teach our parents, okay, this is the new things they should learn. They should relearn they should
Unlearn
just
what they
unlearn
have
the
known
old
before.
things and
Yeah,
then relearn
relearn
the
the new,
new
right?
things.
Yeah.
We also need to do better because from this angle now, I just feel it's just like we are telling them, okay, this is white, but we are doing the opposite.
Yeah.
So it won't give us what we want. We won't be able to cut down on this tribalism and how it's affect because whether we like it or yes, this thing is eating deep into us. Like it's eating deep. There are some things or there are some like favors that you're supposed to get, but just because of where you are coming from, you will not get it.
But there are some
I'm
persons
just
that
being
that is
sincere,
even
you
very
will
worse.
not get it.
So you go into the office of a Yoruba man as a Yoruba boy. These people they are not tribalistic, but they are just extreme. You go to the office of a Yoruba man, you that is a Yoruba boy, you greet him, Dr. Balete, you can't answer out. Instead of him to respond to you Yoruba, you say yeah, good morning. Like he's not trying to be. Wait, let's not get this message. But tribalism does not mean that you will not speak your language or be close to someone from your.
Yeah.
It's when you are over. You know,
Overdoing
there was an episode we were talking about feminism and
Yeah.
extreme feminism.
Yeah.
It's when you are over preferring. You are rigidly wanting to do things only. That's when it becomes a problem. But there are some persons that they don't want anything at all to do with.
I've never actually met anyone like that.
From my side, sir. You know, yeah, in the western region, yeah, almost all the states are one language
One
state.
language, yeah.
Oshun, Oyo, they all speak one language. But in where I'm from, in Delta State, just one state, there are over 4 languages. Urobo, Shekiri, there are Igbos in the states. So almost everyone speaks pidgin. So people are not taking pride in the fact that I don't understand my language, I don't speak my language, I'm a neutral person.
Yeah.
I don't know if you understand that. Is that making the whole issue of my point is it not better to at least be tribalistic? I don't know. Tribalistic in the sense that you are
at least
associating yourself than for you to just be neutral, you are edging out.
No, I think me personally, at some point in my life, I wanted to be neutral. I have my reasons, as I said. Anywhere I go to, I'm proud to say I'm from the north. You know that. I represent well anywhere I go to. But I still want to be neutral because I don't want some persons to, or what I will do, to be linked to where I'm coming from. The person feel talk, say, okay, this girl is doing this because she's from the north. No, I'm trying to be neutral because I want people to see me for who I am. yes, this is Mazikwe, this is me. I have no
You're
any
burning
other
up.
thing.
What do you
I
want to
don't
say?
You understand?
I cannot relate
That's why
because
I
I've
want to
never,
be
I've
neutral.
never been in that position before.
Maybe because you've not.
No one
go
has ever
somewhere else.
actually been tribalistic towards me. I've had
Because you
you
have not left
you've
this
not left
space.
your
no,
zone.
I've had an Isheki boyfriend. Like I was in school, I stayed with Igbos. So they were
How was it?
it was really nice.
Mm.
So I've never had anyone be tribalistic.
That was
towards me.
because they came to your city
Your
or to
city
your
to
town to
school.
school. But if you go to their
If you go to
space,
their side,
Alariya
it's
tries
different.
to go to the east or the south to as a guest to do an event.
Mm.
They will like, okay, Baba Alariya.
And then
I just feel like until we come out sometimes and we experience some stuff first hand. You just shared an experience of what happened in Kenya, right? And to experience some stuff first hand, won't be in the right position to advocate that things should be done, done differently.
So do you think exposure will work in this?
Yes. I think young people should crave to be more exposed.
Okay.
This is because many of the stories that made our parents not want us to associate with people from some certain part of the country. There's always a background story, and the stories are always flimsy. Some of them, I once dated a Igbo girl when the girl broke my heart. Daddy, are you? What is wrong with you?
But
What's
they will tell you, I stay in the same house with them. They are not clean.
There's a story. Thank you. The Yoruba people, they are not. Until you go out.
Easy, but me, I have this feeling. I'm always actually very scared. Even when I was dating that Shekiri boy, there was the time that he wanted me to meet his sister. Was it his sister? And I was actually scared because I don't know
what to expect.
I don't know what to expect. I don't know what they would say or how they would feel about
They
me.
will definitely say
That
something.
scared the shit out of me.
They
I
will
don't lie.
definitely say
I
something.
will not lie. That was like the
Because,
scariest moment of my life.
They will say something.
I know.
Number one, you guys are not from the same place. They will start from here.
Hey.
Me, I'm talking from
That's scary.
experience.
I know how you lost a very good guy because of tribe.
God, though.
If I'm not even one, the story is more than one, and you've
Seriously,
actually
it's actually in fact I was feeling it because I know that I did nothing wrong, but because of where I'm coming from, in fact I was waiting for him to maybe say this is what you did. Why? That's why my parents say, okay, don't marry her or don't do this.
But he told you now. He told you that on the mother's dying bed.
No.
The mother said that you
Let's
should not
leave
marry
that.
his
He's
son.
capping.
That's a
He's
story.
capping.
That story.
You know, he told you that the guy told me that my mother before she died, the last word was, don't marry this girl that is not from amongst us.
You have to marry from that. Is it my fault that I was not born from his state? Is it my fault?
The guy took
It's just an excuse. Me, it's better for you to even say I'm not married because you have a bad
advocate
attitude.
of what he wants for himself.
Yeah.
So it's not even about the mother. If you wanted to stand against
That was what I said. If you wanted to, he would definitely have.
It's not that
Because
easy.
even Yoruba, you will see some people that will tell you, don't marry from Abeokuta.
Yes.
The
Don't marry
dictator in the
from
marriage, they will be your husband.
As we close,
But even, yeah.
as we close, let's understand. Do one's wealth of character determine? Should it be used to generalize a group of people? Because that's what I'm seeing is become the problem right now. For example, you have lived with someone from this particular region of the country before, say you too like money. You live with this one, say it's too stingy. You live with this one, say and the way it's even looking, it might be like it's a stupid thing, but if you check it, there are some similar traits with other people from that same place. Let's be realistic.
Sure.
Let's just be realistic.
You're right.
There are some similar traits. But should that now deter us from dealing Alariya with or it is, or I don't know?
Nigerians, they will judge regardless of where you're from. They would if you but we are always so quick to attach it to tribe. If you do something now, in fact any negative thing you do, they'll say, oh, it's
because it's from here.
Because it's in Yoruba.
Well, I used to tell people I can deal with anybody. The first thing you have at the back of your mind is, okay, the woman is here. So, and we are not from the same tribe. Our characters differ.
Right.
So with that, I think we can deal with anybody.
So that mindset is what's most important. That although they might say you are from here, but so far you are a human being, and I can understand you, I can communicate with you, then I should be able to deal with you.
Yeah. Well, I feel in as much as we are from different tribes,
Yeah.
different religions, I think once you meet someone, try to experience the person for who he is.
Oh, yes, without
I
just
think
having
yes,
an idea in your head that you are coming with.
Even
for who
Yoruba
they
will
are.
tell you more.
Sure.
Can you please tell them
It's,
what that is?
Knowing someone has a particular trait will make you know how to be friends with the person.
Right.
So I feel we should experience people for who they are. You know, I know what I've heard about, okay, this person from this, but me, I stop on that. I will still want to get to know you because I believe people are different. Because even twins that are born from like the same womb, they say they are different, they have different characters. So why should I link someone else past experience to this person I know? Me, I want to meet you, I want to know you, I want to experience you. Now that place, okay, if I see some certain things that I was told, and I'll be okay, oh. So that's why they tell me now true. I'll now run. I'll go to the next. That's who I am. Want to
where do
experience
formal education come into this as we wrap up right now? Where do formal education come into this? You know that Nigeria only they teach history for school.
Yeah.
And we're allowing our parents or people. Do you know that an average young person in Nigeria between the age of 20 to 50, correct me if I'm wrong on the comment section, yeah? An average Nigerian does not know the story, the pre-colonial story, number one,
I don't know.
or the story of how Biafra fought war with and they killed how many Igbos, or how Fulanis tried to take over the Oyo Empire.
Yeah.
I think there's a story. An average person does not know the details of the
I
story.
really don't know.
I don't know if you're now.
Yeah.
But now those are our fathers, like Alariya said, parents, and then when they push and say, it's so in 1980,
Yeah.
in whatever,
People
we
are
don't
attacking.
fucking know.
I don't think we care. But
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
thinking it
No,
back.
it's not as if if we say we don't care,
We don't
that is
care
why
because
tribalism will continue.
we don't
So I
want
feel
it
like
to
they should
affect us.
deliberately teach children history of what really happened. So we can now make our own
Yeah, let them
deduction.
be the judge of
By
But don't you
ourselves.
think
Yes,
sometimes there are some things that
Or where do you think
better
formal
left
education comes in?
unsaid? Like we shouldn't know some things because it's when you know something that you try to know deep.
But
You try to dig
I'm
down.
curious
I
as
feel-
to why they cut this particular thing
No.
out of our lives because
Me,
I think they did it
I
I'm
think
okay.
we deserve
I'm
to.
okay with
Yeah.
it. Me, I'm okay with it. But
Let's
I
go.
noticed-
Let
I
the
know what-
personal
I'm
education
curious.
come, or formal education come in all of this.
But another thing to that is I think a lot of people, let me say like I love historical movies. I think our actors can do better. Get to
Because
know-
people will not read anymore. People don't read.
Yeah, it's a lot better. So get proper information and put it into a movie for people to watch and be educated.
With that, it's not a rush thing. Little by little.
yes.
That
Yeah,
education, you telling your parents, you say you will stand your ground and say, okay, I want to explore. You say you want to experience people. Little by little, we see that we're facing out, the tribal problem we have, and then
Exactly.
we'll become the great
We'll be
nation
good. Yeah.
that we're
One
up to our
Nigeria.
brain. But some people are saying,
Oh,
since we have tribal problem, let's just break the country and divide the country.
Nah.
You can divide this country into 15, even into 35, sir.
You know, go
People will still fight within them same
Let's
state
make
and you
sure.
say whatever. So why not?
You know,
Let's try
go
to
do-
fuse ourselves
yeah.
together and then
And be
learn
one.
and be one, Nigeria. That's why we come to the end of today's episode
Love and
of the
light.
podcast. Love and light. I like the way this episode went. Yes. I was thinking the guy gets, but the guy just calm,
I
very
think
cool,
I
calm.
think he took my place this time around.
Yeah, this is the cool person on our podcast before you.
No,
You're not the
sit
calm
down.
person.
I think that's something people don't know about me.
That you are calm.
I think that you should be doing more of discussion and engagement that will help let people in on
See
your
the
personality.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for finding time to come within your
Thank you.
show schedule. And we wish you success on your program. To come out really
Yes.
big, and of course you see us. And then people will go and look for one table. All my team members.
Mm.
Show na need table.
Oh yeah,
Drum rolling.
VIP.
I didn't know what
Alright, so we'll see. Thank you so much.
See you guys.
From
Thank you.
April 7.
April 7, yeah.
Look forward to see you guys.
Mhm.
Thanks for having me. I enjoy myself too.
Alright. From Alariya, Mary Morris, it is, and of course myself, the man with the short words. It's back for now. We'll see you
Bye,
next time.
y'all.
Next time.
Peace out.